Hi, this is Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we are talking about Uranus in retrograde. So let's get a little bit of history on Uranus in retrograde this time. So Uranus went into pre-shadow on May 3rd. It's stationed full retrograde on August 19th. It will get out of retrograde on August 18th and move into post-shadow energy until May 5th. So kind of Uranus is considered like the wild child, and I often call him my hippie child, because you never know what energy he's going to come at you with. He could be really stern and strict, or he could be just making a joke and laughing. You just never know with Uranus. And so it's kind of like this like level of uncertainty every time you're dealing with Uranus and energy in any time. But then in retrograde, it's kind of like, is it going to feel more retrograde? Is it going to feel not retrograde? It kind of all comes in. But this is a really great time not to act on impulses, not to just make a split decision and be done with it. This is a really good time to be really mindful of your behaviors, really think about what you're dealing with, what's going on, and what outcome do you want. While other retrogrades go on, it's one of those, and people have known about retrogrades for many centuries. And so, but it's one of those, Uranus in retrograde just gives everybody this kind of like, we're not sure what to expect. You're not sure what we're going to get. But it also does have this very spiritual meaning behind it. And kind of to believe in your spirituality and celestial phenomena, which is one of my favorites. It's one of those, Uranus in retrograde can kind of be, like I said, a toss-up. And it could be kind of like this long-term, very positive, ultimately good things. But then you could also have these smashing bad times as well. That's why I'm saying, like, you never quite know what to expect. I will say one of the things is a lot of times taking time out of your busy schedule takes time for relaxation. And when things get really chaotic, it's one of those, what are the life lessons in that? Why is it so chaotic? What's going on behind the scenes that I need to be really aware of? And take time to improve things that are going on. I would say this is usually personal, but it can be on the politics side as well, and kind of seeing that other side of people. What is their other side, their personal side, even if they're in politics? What is that personal side, and how do they deal with their spouse, their kids, that sort of thing, and kind of get a little bit deeper insight. Uranus in retrograde really does push us in a lot of different ways, and it could push you to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Like, I'm tired of what's going on and I want something new and different. And that can make us kind of like come into like some major changes and some new like decisions that we need to make, and kind of like don't make those decisions quickly. Like, really think and study about them. Like, where do I want to go with this? What's going to happen in this? And it can be really a time that people kind of like take time to kind of like leave that 9-to-5 job where I'm working for someone else, and really move into this personal time of, I want to create something myself. I want to make my own style of doing this. I want this energy to happen. And you'll see a lot of that happen with people kind of like, I'm tired of the corporate chaos and I'm ready to kind of step into my own thing. And it will happen more and more, and it could be affecting you as well. Let's see. Kind of realizing what is worth your time and your investment of time and energy. Kind of like, where do I need to put my energy? Where do I need to go with this? What do I need to amp up or take things differently? Uranus can bring in a lot of new paths, a lot of new beginnings, a lot of new kind of like, what do we want to do and where do we want to go? And almost like that start of the race, like, boom, where do we want to go? What is the start of the race? Where do we want to stand at the end? Where do we want to be at the other end of this? And like I said, it can bring us out of our comfort zones in some areas, which can be a little scary, but it can also be really tremendously fun and very aware of what's going on around us. So that is always a good thing. So let's pull a couple angel cards and get us a little bit deeper insight into Uranus in retrograde. Surrender and release. This is the number one thing to think about with Uranus in retrograde, is surrender and releasing. Kind of like, what do you want to let go of? And is it that corporate job or that a relationship that's no longer serving you? And let it go and move into something else, because if you're hanging on to the past, you can't really receive what's coming in the future. That's kind of the interesting part. But if you're holding on, like, I'm going to stay in this relationship until something else comes along, it may never come along because it's still waiting for you to get rid of that old relationship that's not working. I got two in here. So the first one is support. Your angels and guides are always supporting you, even in this chaotic energy. Make sure you're not doing things impulsively, but make sure that you're taking time to consider and talking to your angels and guides during that time as well. Emerging. A lot of energy can emerge during Uranus in retrograde. If you haven't already figured it out, it's been in retrograde for a while. It's almost like it's like just over a year from start to finish, from May 3rd, 2021 to May 5th, 2022. So it's in this kind of this post-shadow energy or pre-shadow energy or some type of reverse energy for just over a year. And so that's something to take in consideration. It's in retrograde for a long period of time, and it's teaching us some great life lessons. Power. Take the power in what's going on. Set what you want to have happen. Bring in your new path. Bring in what you want to bring in. Allow that energy to take over what's going on in and around you. This is, I think, my last card. Music. Music can be very, very, very powerful and can kind of calm us down in some different ways. I think music is one of the best ways to calm our energy. One of the best ways to release and let this go and relax our energy. It can be one of the things that we don't do enough, but should do more, should do way, way, way more. But if you feel a lot of conflict or a lot of chaos around you, take a step back and what is my life lesson to learn in this? It can be a great way and a great insight into all of your energy. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.